I have experience in this personal
Yeah, please.
guarantor to corporate debtor. The
Please.
first one which you all will agree that court proceeding, that is tribunal proceeding, is pretty slow. When they give a adjournment, it's a long date they give. That is one thing. Second thing is valuation of the property given by one of the personal guarantors. Now, the problem is when it is overvalued, it is considered to be a crime. Suppose just a real estate. If it is overvalued, it's considered to be a crime. But it's undervalued, it's not considered to be a crime. So when we prepare the repayment plan, what has happened is invariably the personal guarantor gets a valuation where it is somewhat undervalued, and the institutions don't accept it. So we have problems in that. That is the
Okay.
second point. I mean, I
Right.
don't know how to address that issue. Third
Okay.
point is, third point is, I mean, I know whether I'm being very cynical, but getting fees is a challenge.
Okay.
That is I'm being cynical. I'm being blunt.
No, no, it's a challenge for everyone. Okay.
Okay, that's why these are all some of the small issues, which are some of the small issues which I am
Good.
facing. And
Okay.
one more thing is, when you talk about scale of fees, even if you talk about IPPA scale of fees and all that, what some of the personal guarantors they say is, the point is, it's only a consulting course. It's a consulting assignment, not a executive assignment like
Okay.
CRP. Please don't
Right.
apply that thing. So it's
Right.
a question of haggling and
Okay.
negotiations.
What suggestion? What?
That's my experience.
Yeah, yeah. What suggestion you want to give to make it better?
I suggest that for personal guarantors to corporate debtors, there are
Mhm.
so many cases which are now coming. I think IBBA should also formulate one scale of fees. That is,
Oh,
one scale of fees for initially submitting the initial report, then submitting the repayment plan, and then final report. At least in three trenches where they should have something like that. That is my humble request. I don't know how far they're going to agree for that.
okay.
Other one is when you talk about repayment plan, no doubt they have mentioned it in the regulations. These all the things which should come. But it would have been it would be better, like if they have a template in the regulations itself, so
Okay.
that you don't miss out anything.
Right. So any
Right.
other suggestion in this personal guarantor? We are 30 persons here. Anjali, can we go from regulation wise? Kindly scroll down. Slowly, slowly, slowly,
Yeah,
slowly.
Pankaj, can I give my observation on this
Yeah, please,
resolution cases on the person
please,
guarantor?
please, please.
This is Ashok Jain this side.
Hanji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, I think as you have very rightly pointed out that though the regulations and rules were given in the 2019, I mean 4 years back, but only recently, maybe after November 2023 or in the first week of December, Supreme Court has cleared entire cases and also validated the constitutionality of the
Yes.
regulations and the particularly section 95 to 100 in the IBC,
Exactly.
right? But if you see, say, I think there are around 2,467 cases filed by either debtors or creditors against the personal guarantors or under the relevant section. So
Mm-hmm.
out of 2,467 cases up to December 2023, only in few cases, I mean, if you see uh, the appointment of resolution professionals,
Mm-hmm.
which is only done in the 1065 cases, and number of cases admitted out of these 2,467 is 296. So what I mean to say is, though there is a good, I mean, the support given in the form of order by the Supreme Court, and it's really a good impetus to the creditors to, recover from the guarantors as well, because they are also, their liability is also coextensive. But so far we have not seen a very good progress by, if we see the number of cases admitted or number of cases which really yielded the resolution plan. So
What's the reason
just
for
I
that?
would like to have your, sorry.
What's the reason? What do you suggest? What's the
So I
reason?
just, the reason means maybe that, say, November 2023 is very, maybe 3 months back only it has come. So what
Right.
I feel that ultimately the initial progress looks to be very low, but over a period of time, when
It will
the
increase.
cases would be really taken up, and RPs would be appointed in more cases, then
Okay.
there should be a the cases would be
Okay.
speed up, because rules and regulations have been taken care of everything. As we go along, we will know that what are the hurdles coming in. Then only we will be able to,
Now, do you have any
still I feel
suggestion?
that
Do you have any suggestion for any change in this regulation?
my only suggestion, which is based on experience in the CIRP cases, as well as maybe the same thing in the cases against personal insolvency, that is personal guarantors. The timeline has been a issue across the cases. So I think the timelines are to be adhered to very perfectly. Then only we will be able to really make a dent in this fund also.
Okay. Any other
Timeline
suggestion?
has been a issue all over.
Yes, yes, yes.
This
Timeline is issue. See, timeline is only applicable for VIP, not for the adjudicating authority.
Yeah.
Second thing, what I
Yes.
have seen that after giving the notice of initiating of personal CIRP against the personal guarantor, bankers personal guarantor came
Yeah.
to the bank and bankers has started to settle the cases with the personal guarantor. So for the bank,
Yeah.
this regulation has become the recovery notice, or this is the you can say it's beneficial for the bank to treat the personal guarantor and to recover whatever they want to give and settle the case. Okay, so scroll down, Anjali. Application by creditor, then confirmation or nomination of insolvency professional.
Khetan sir,
Yes, yes, Satish ji.
please attend the chat also. I have mentioned.
Okay.
Yes.
Fee of RP is not fixed. Appointment of RP from panel should be subject to depositing fee in advance. Okay.
My fundamental concern is that if an agreement is entered into, if there is no consideration whether that agreement is valid or not. Suppose they take up few IPs as RP in the personal guarantor case.
Mhm.
Okay, and I mean they simply mention their name, details each and everything in the order. If they consider our acceptance as a blanket acceptance, then they why the procedure require us to again give the acceptance, that
Okay.
delay the process, number one.
Right.
If suppose that acceptance without the consideration is, if there is a zero consideration at that point of time when a RP or a IP is confirming that he is available, so whether that is valid, because
No,
there is no agreement as such.
no, that's true. That's true. But once the IP has given his consent that he is available, then it means yes from that side.
This is what I'm saying. If at the first time, at the first place, if I have accepted, I have given my consent that I will be available for next 6 months, whenever
Okay.
you will appoint, then why this requirement of confirming my acceptance again? Number one. Number
Right.
two, if that acceptance is required, it means that there is something is, I mean, missing, and even the adjudicating authority want to reconfirm it, whether the person is available for whatever reason.
Okay.
Now my concern is that how that become binding when there is no consideration is fixed. If the IBBI is asking for some kind of fees at the time of any application by any applicant, then why this is not insist upon when there is no mention of the RP? In two way they can approach the adjudicating authority. If they mention the RP or name of the IP as a RP, or they don't mention it. When they
See,
don't mention it,
Satish, you are very much valid.
I'm at
raising
home. I'm in the office only, Ashok Nagar.
Yeah, you are raising a valid point. But once the IP, see every professor, every
This is the
professor.
969.
Mr. Madhu, kindly
This is the
mute
regular
yourself.
number.
Once you accept that, once you say that I am available, everybody knows when IP is taking the assignment, then they knows that the fees part shall not be there. And once you are giving the consent, it means you are accepting whatever the fees will be fixed by the adjudicating authority. So this is my intake. So any suggestion to improve some amendment or some improvement in this regulation by any other one? Scroll down, Anjali, please. Notice of dividend. In regulation 11 is for statement of the financial position. So in this regulation, this statement shall be made by the bankrupt only, by the personal guarantor only. The question that was earlier raised, that valuation undervalues, they show their property at undervalue rate. So what will be your suggestion how to we can amend this regulation? In my view, there must be some amendment in this regulation. There has not been mentioned whether audited financial statement shall be submitted or unaudited financial statement shall be submitted by the bankrupt. So in my view, regulation 11 should confirm the audited audited financial statement submitted by the bankrupt in prescribed form. So once authenticity certified by any chartered accountant shall be there, so we can rely on the valuation of that assets.
We should look back in section 2 of subsection 2 of section 129. What is stated there, we should refer and then propose it.
Yeah, please refer it. Say statement of financial position. Where a bankruptcy order is passed on application for bankruptcy by a creditor under section 123, bankrupt shall submit his statement of financial position to the bankruptcy trustee within 7 days from the bankrupt commencement date. There is nowhere mentioned whether it should be audited or not. Kindly go through the section 129. There is nowhere mentioned that financial statement shall be audited or not. So in my view, under regulation 11, that shall be mentioned that audited financial statement shall be submitted by the bankrupt.
what I understand, Mr. Khetan, in this situation, that normally the bankers are not very, they don't envisage such situation. When they seek guarantee from these peoples, if suppose 1 crore rupees loan is there.
No, Mr. Satish. Bankers ask for the net worth certified by the chartered accountant.
No, it's not because we are the auditor of on the concurrent auditor also, and we have seen the files in which they are not very particular about these requirements. Even that's
Okay.
why I'm saying, with my experience, I'm saying that they may be, I mean, there are a lot of things which are prescribed, and we also report these facts in our report.
It means
Normally,
bankers,
they
see, it means bankers are deviating from their prescribed
yeah,
performance.
yeah.
But now the case has come under the bankruptcy. So we should suggest to MCA that audited financial statement shall be there so that we can rely on that valuation. Otherwise, the negative impact will be on VIPs.
No, Khetan sir, what I'm saying that since at the time of the seeking guarantee, when someone becomes guarantor, they don't emphasize, they don't insist for such kind of information. Even if say it's a 1 crore rupees loan or 10 crore rupees, and they without checking the net worth of the person, they simply accept that he's a guarantor.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
this is one thing. And at that point of time, even at a later stage, when we do not know whether the person's financial position is such which require him or her to get the accounts audited or not, because he may not be in that category also. So we cannot suggest such kind of thing that those accounts should be audited.
Sir, Satish ji, when the guarantor is giving guarantee at that time, it may not be required. But once the case has been come under the NCLT, under the IBC, then it's our suggestion, it's my suggestion, maybe you may differ, that this financial statement shall be audited. Then it will be the duty on the bankrupt to get their books or accounts or financial statement audited by any chartered accountant. So,
Sir, normally
But
for
there are challenges, sir. If I'm right, there are
Okay.
challenges. Getting the audited statement is really tough. I don't know.
No, may I say I'm a banker? See, bank as per the bank's norms, it is when you accept a personal guarantee. Okay, except when it is a corporate guarantee. See, there is no need for an audited certificate.
I am agree. At that time,
Basically,
it is not.
we the bankers, as per the instruction, bankers have to compile the net worth statement, collecting his asset details as well as the income tax returns.
Yes,
This is
yes,
how it is done. It is
yes.
never an audited thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying ki at that time it is not required. But once the matter came under the IBC, then it honor shall be for the financial statement shall be audited. Otherwise, how will you rely on the document on the that financial statement which has been given by the bankrupt?
So
It is only he makes a statement that are my statement, and bankers collect certain documents. Like if you have properties, bankers collect certain basic documents in evidence, like tax receipt or building tax, like that.
Sir, bankers role get over. Once the account become NPA or comes under the insolvency, this regulation is talking at that point of time, not at the time of giving guarantee or lending.
Okay.
no, Mr. Khetan, like in other cases also during the procedure or while filing the application, even the court accept their version on the basis of some affidavit.
Sir,
If suppose a person is giving
yes.
giving a financial status along with the I mean, there must be some kind of affidavit sort of thing that even if the information is being submitted to the RP, at that point of time it should go along with an affidavit. So I think if a person is himself confirming, if there may be some limit also. If a person is claiming that his net worth is 25 lakh rupees, to that extent, say 20 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees or whatever it may be, there may be some kind of slabs.
So, see, that's why
beyond
I'm
which
Satish,
financial audit may be required.
that's why I'm suggesting ki in this regulation there is nowhere mentioned that financial statement shall be supported with the affidavit or that financial statement shall be audited by any chartered accountant. Nowhere mentioned. So we can suggest to MCA that financial statement either shall be along with the affidavit or that should be audited.
No,
That's
but
my
for audit also, But for audit also, what I mean, we should not we just should not increase our this kind of compliances.
No, no,
Why I'm saying so, because getting everything is done.
sir,
It,
it's not, sir, who will submit the financial statement?
Sir, what I feel that under that situation, a person, if he is a genuinely he is harassed or he's under
It's
financial
not your
hardship.
responsibility to give the financial statement. It's the responsibility of the bank personal guarantor.
That's why I'm saying you
That's why,
just
Sarji, that's why I am giving you just a suggestion to rely on the
Ketanji,
document which is
Ketanji,
certified by any third person.
Ketanji, I am a chartered accountant. I will love getting such kind of assignments because there are professional prospects for this thing.
Yes,
But-
yes, yes,
But
yes.
that's not an issue. But what I'm saying that in a general prudence and also in the general comfort context also, I'm saying that just to minimize the procedures, because if suppose a person will look for a chartered accountant, if a chartered accountant try to do any professional thing on that, then he will be apprehensive and it will take more time to get the thing done.
Sir, now you are thinking about the CA perspective and we are talking about the IP perspective. We are sitting here for the IP perspective. Kindly understand this. Okay. Anyway, any other suggestion?
Yeah,
So,
either
I
affidavit or
don't
audited,
think,
it is both are
I think
welcome.
Mr. Khetan is right. When we are filing an application for bankruptcy and there is a requirement of submission of financial position, it's always better to have the authenticity and genuineness of the statement that it should be audited one.
Yes.
That will suffice our
Purpose.
work. So
Yes.
there is no harm. There is no harm. Rather, there would be.
It will
It's
save
better
our
position
skin.
if we get it. Yeah.
Yes, it will save our
Yes.
skin. If we are not taking the
Because-
decision abruptly.
Because here is application is for the bankruptcy. So
Yes.
there we need to have a very clear picture about the financial position.
Exactly. Yes.
Sir, I forgot to tell you one thing, sir.
That
My
Yeah,
suggestion in this regulations and this code.
Yes.
Now we talk about section 112, where the repayment plan is put for vote.
Mhm.
Now it does not explicitly talk about where if it has been rejected, where the repayment plan gets rejected by the creditors at the creditors meeting. It is very silent on that. So that also has to be, they have to do some bit of tweaking in that code. That is one thing. Second thing is, at the time of appointment as a interim resident professional for the PG to CD, we are given only 10 days. I'm not saying the 10 days is too much and all that, but if they can extend it to 20 days or 3, it will be much easier, because contacting them by speed post, sometimes when the under section 95, if we have to contact the PG, he may for all you know, he may be under arrest and all that. And I had a very similar problem, and so that's what it is. There should be more reasonable time for that,
Okay.
submitting the initial report.
Now coming to your point, once if a repayment plan has been rejected by the COC or what?
Yes.
So if there is some rejection, then we can ask them to improve your repayment plan.
Sorry.
We can ask them to improve your resolution repayment plan.
No, what has happened was, see, there is the modification and rejection, approval, modification and rejection.
Yes.
Now they've outrightly rejected. 98%, 98.5% have rejected.
Yes, they rejected. Suppose they say ki I will say 10% in 10 months, and committee reject that repayment plan and ask for the improvement. Then again, person has to submit for the improved plan.
What about? But we have a strict timelines also, sir.
Sir, that's true. That's why the timeline we can suggest the MCA to liberalize the timeline in the practical.
The code has to be mentioned. Code has to mention that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. So
because I am having a problem. The PG is fighting with me. He has filed so many cases against me. I said,
Your
Baba, what can I
suggestion-
do? Your creditors have refused your repayment plan. No,
Okay.
get me some more time.
So your
So he-
suggestion is.
so I'm just saying, I'm just sharing my experience, nothing
Okay,
else.
fair enough. So your suggestion is section 112. If the resolution, if the repayment plan has been rejected, then that timeline shall be.
What I'm saying is, my humble request is it must specifically mention that the either timelines can be at extended, or it has to go for bankruptcy proceedings.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I'm saying. It's a kind of a loose end.
Got it.
It's a kind of a loose end that we have to make a suggestion to IBBA to tweak it, and so that it gets the
Oh.
amendments have to come.
So we can put it like this: if the repayment plan has been rejected, then that period of 5 days or 7 days uh, uh, shall be eliminated from the prescribed time limit.
Okay.
We can suggest like this.
Yeah, we can suggest like this, or they must specifically state that he should be given a second chance.
Okay.
So that's what he's saying. That is
Second
exactly what these PGs are saying. Okay, once time I made a mistake. Okay, doesn't mean you want to give me a chance. You are giving murderers so many chance. Why can't you guys give me chance? I have not committed anything. It's only a question of business gone bust. What do you want me to do? That's exactly what he has a thing, but the point is the person who was who sandwiched is me. We.
So, time should be given for modification of the repayment plan.
Time should be given, second chance should be given, like that,
Got
two
it.
chances, and they must specifically state that after two chances, it must go for automatically bankruptcy proceedings. Period.
Good point.
And then third, the first one, as I told you, I'm not saying that, but the point is timelines are too strict for submitting the initial report. They are just
Got it.
giving 10 days time, and by the time it comes to me, there's 4 days is lost.
Got
See,
it.
for instance, recently, 26th April, I was appointed.
ठीक
I
है,
got
Madhuji.
I got the information only on 1st May.
Got it, Madhuji. We got your point.
Ah.
Now scroll down, Anjali.
Right. I've finished. Go on. I'm listening.
Copy of application, restriction on bankrupt, filing of application with document. Then it's the forms. Any other suggestion in this PG regulations? So I think this PG regulations, 2-3 points has been raised. One is scale of the fees. There must be some fees prescribed as prescribed under liquidation or CIRP minimum fees. Then financial statement shall be audited or shall be supported with some affidavit. Or third thing, if under section 112, if the repayment plan has been rejected, at least 2 opportunities shall be given for modification of the repayment plan, and after that directly go for the bankruptcy. Is it fine? So now Anjali, go for another regulation. The time limit is a constant in IBC since inception. Practically, we have to file applications for extension of the CIRP every time. Scroll down. Yes. This is the rule for financial service provider like NBFCs or. So it also came in 2019. So any suggestions? Any attendee has come across such type of corporate data? Any suggestion? Kindly scroll down, Anjali.
No, recently,
Yeah,
they said that RP of CIRP, and he can be the RP for the PG.
right.
So that is what it is. It reduces the scope of work anyway. I'm just saying. At least earlier we used to have, each one used to have some more work. I mean, now if everything is getting going to the same person, the scope of work reduces.
Yes.
So that is one thing I'm not saying, but just I'm just kind of cribbing in front of this the round table.
So here in this regulation, my suggestion is under advisory committee. So advisory committee, they have mentioned under sub-regulation 2 that there shall consist of 3 or more members who have
Right.
expertise in finance, economic accountancy, public policy. So who will appoint these persons? That power has been vested with the administrator or whom? That has nowhere mentioned.
Right.
So that is it's my suggestion under this regulation 5C, under advisory committee, authority shall be vested who shall appoint the member of advisory committee. Any other suggestion? Scroll down कीजिए अंजलि. Scroll down. नीचे आए. Yes. See, DHFL, Religare Finance, these are the companies which are under Reliance Capital. These are the companies which are under CIRP. So do you have any experience? Anybody have any experience of that type of company? And any observation or suggestion? No? Okay. Scroll down. Scroll down. Anjali, scroll down. Okay. So this is the sub-regulation. You can say that it is a addendum to CIRP regulation. Mentioned specifically for the financial service provider, and all regulation applicable as on CIRP shall be applicable to this regulation also. So I think there is not much suggestion in this regulation. Anjali, next regulation. Yes, scroll it down. Yeah. Now this is the next regulation, application to adjudicating authority for bankruptcy process for personal guarantor. So come down, scroll down, Anjali. Slowly, slowly. So it's the general regulation applications, regulation 6 by guarantor, application by creditor. That's okay. Confirmation and nomination of IP. That's also okay. यहाँ हम एक suggestion we can give one suggestion that there must be some fees, minimum fees shall be prescribed for the IP. In this regulation 8, there must be some minimum fees prescribed for the IP at the time of appointment only. Then public notice, notice to creditor, next statement of financial position. Same we had discussed in this regulation also, that shall be notice of dividend. Scroll down. That we have already discussed, nothing new in this chapter.
Mr. Khetan,
Yeah.
when we say that some fees should be stipulated or prescribed, will it not be appropriate if the applicant at the time of filing the application can also give some kind of budget that this is the budget which he proposed? On that basis, if that is acceptable as per the norms, then the application should be outrightly rejected if it is below that, or otherwise it may not be accepted then. If suppose later on adjudicate authority on his own or with the consent fix up a fees which may not, which he can't afford.
Yes, that's why I'm suggesting that as per the CIRP, here also board shall prescribe minimum fees. This minimum fees shall be there. Over and above, there shall be a mutual understanding with the IP. So if an application has been filed, if there is no prescribed under limit, then anybody can accept in ₹1 also. In earlier days, when the IBC has started, then people has quoted ₹1 as their professional fee.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's why it's my suggestion that there should be a minimum fees prescribed by the board to remove all the ambiguity.
Yeah, I agree with you.
To remove all the ambiguity and to make a practice as ethical practice. So nothing, any suggestion in this regulation by anyone? No? ठीक है अंजलि, नेक्स्ट पे आए. Pre-pack insolvency rules. FSP and pre-pack. FSP हो गया, pre-pack and application to adjudicating authority rules. Yes. This is the pre-packaged insolvency resolution process that has been published in year 2021. So anyone know the history of this pre-pack, or anyone has come across this pre-pack insolvency? Any participant? No? Okay. So,
Yes, sir. Myself, Parminder Singh.
yeah, Parminder ji,
Sir,
please.
practically, I have not been, come across with the filing or being into the PPIRP, but I have studied one case of the CHD Developers Limited. You might be knowing that from Karnal.
Okay.
So that's how some there is some few home buyers were there, so they were known to me, and that's why that's how I came across with all the proceedings of PPIRP, and others went to up to Supreme Court also. So little bit of a knowledge, sir, but I have never come across with the practical, you can say, practical experience of PPI.
Any suggestion for giving us to MCA?
Unfortunately, I'm not able to right now. I'm not in a position to comment, sir, because
Okay.
I'm traveling and
No issue, no issue. So
yeah.
you can give your suggestion over the mail to ICSI.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure,
So,
sir. Sure, sir. Sure.
Do you have any data that how many application has been filed for this pre-packed insolvency with the NCLT? Do anyone have any data?
No, sir, I don't have, but any other
No,
participant may.
any other participant have any data? As far as my knowledge is concerned, I have not seen any company who have filed this for pre-packed insolvency. As far as my knowledge is concerned, maybe I am wrong, but
Sir, to
anybody
my
has?
knowledge, there have been around 8 to 10 resolution plans in PPIRP.
Okay.
There is not much success for the reason that there are certain declarations as to few transactions, etc., which need to be given by these present promoters.
Okay.
So there has been 8 to 10 successful resolution plans in PPIRP. Apart from
Okay.
that, I'm not aware. I have read those decisions. That's why I'm making this statement.
So, okay. So that's good, Bharaji. So, do you have any idea ki whether these application has gone through successfully or not?
Yes, they have gone through successfully.
Okay.
The challenges which is being faced is being considered by IBBI, and to my information, there was certain there was last seminar which I attended of IBBI in the month of January. In
Okay.
Seoul ke saath, they had a seminar there in Vigyan Bhavan. So they said that in IBC 2, they are going to make definite changes in PPIRP so as to make it more popular, and to make it more popular they are going to change the threshold limit. Not only it is not going to be confined only to MSME, but to the companies which are having a turnover of 500 or say 1000 crore rupees also, so that
Right.
majority CIRP companies can also take that route and it becomes popular.
Exactly. So, any reason why this pre-packed is not acceptable by the bankers, or why it's not popular? Anyone can?
Because it is made at the option of CD.
Okay. Any other point?
No, sir.
Okay. See, in my view, bankers are not keen to go for pre-packed insolvency because it's just sort of you can say resolution with the promoters, existing promoters, or renegotiating with the terms of their funding, or you can say restructuring of their loan. Basically, it's a restructuring of their loan.
So for that purpose, bankers don't need IBC, because all
That's-
banks by
yes,
their own
that's-
regulations have they have themselves have their norms.
Yes, 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 yes. That's why I'm saying That's why it is not in favor of the banks, and that's why they are not accepting this prepacked insolvency.
Exactly.
Though in market, it's a good position. If anyone don't have any loan from any banks and they have some operational creditor and they want to avoid, they want to take shelter of this prepacked insolvency so that their operational creditor cannot go for CIR.
Sir,
So-
after the threshold limit has been increased from to 1 crore, operational creditors are put to very high disadvantage. That's
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
I am very much agree with you. So any suggestion? In my view,
Pankaj, I have a view here about
Yeah.
PPIRP.
yeah,
Say what you say is correct that bankers were already having a process of, you can say, the restructuring or compromise settlement.
exactly.
Say PPIRP is more or less is a kind of compromise settlement proposal only, which banks were doing earlier also. The
Exactly.
difference and the approach towards bringing this PPIRP was that if it is done through NCLT, then there is a legal sanctity of that. But somehow bankers are not very much encouraged on that because everything is otherwise they were doing as per their internal norms or RBI guidelines, which is I think not very different in the PPIRP rules and regulations. So,
True.
but then the what we were lacking as a banker is that we were not having a legal cover or legal sanctity of our internal approvals. आपने कर दिया उसको and then if he is backed out, then you have I mean no direct control over that and the compromise settlement were failing. So that's why it was brought. Not many cases are filed, and whatever cases have been filed have not come to the final conclusion. Maybe I think till last it was only 4 or 5 cases. Now it should not be more than 10, 12 cases
Right.
which are filed in the PPIRP. The problem is that even the debtors are not coming forward because they have a other window that they can directly approach to the bank and can get the compromise settlement or restructuring whatever they want, which is a easier way. Why to
Exactly.
waste unnecessarily incur expenses through this process through NCLT, which is otherwise available with the banker. I think that's the reason.
Yes,
That's
yes,
why it has
yes.
not been picked up to that extent.
Exactly.
Yeah, you are right, Joshi. Okay.
So, is there any, you can say, need for this PPIRP in Indian scenario?
No, sir, you can go ahead. Just let it be like that.
That's why I'm asking. In my view, this PPCIRP is not fulfilling any or not beneficial or not fruitful for Indian economy. So
Yeah,
it's just copy and paste things with the American or European economy.
yes,
But
exactly.
it's not surviving in this Indian economy.
Yeah, exactly. You are right.
Even our earlier talks also, when this amendments has been shot by the IBBI, we have mentioned that with anonymously we had discussed that this PPCIRP shall not be there in the code itself. So it's of no use for having this pre-CIRP.
Based on the empirical experience, evidence now.
I think the idea was very good, sir. Actually,
Okay.
in CIRP, the control is transferred or control comes to creditor, whereas in PPIRP, it remains with the debtor itself. So there was a tremendous change in the approach, and uh, I think as a banker, I think that the debtor should have taken the advantage of it, but I don't know. They must have find it very
Jain
useful for
sir,
them, so it has not taken.
yes, Ashok ji, if I am a banker and you are a corporate debtor
Yeah.
and I have given you a loan of rupees 5 crore and your account become NPA, then why I will allow you to start the PPCIRP? I will initiate the CIRP process. Why would I allow you to take
Yeah.
control with you?
Yes.
So
I mean,
either
those cases which are easier and manageable, they will
see in
otherwise
my
come to you as a to the banker and will get it so resolved. You know, those difficult cases which are otherwise you are not able to really make a dent in that, they will not come to see the PPIRP
see in
also,
my view
because
in
they are
my
cases which are hard nuts, which are hard nuts.
in my view under this PPIRP, the limit of rupees 1 crore shall be relaxed. Then it will be beneficial for SME and MSME sector.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not giving any fruits. The limit under this shall be 10 lakh or 25 lakh.
No, it should start from 10 lakhs, sir. The original intention.
Yeah, to initiate the pre-CIRP. Because under this prepaid insolvency process, the control is with CD only. And by initiating this prepaid insolvency, CD can buy out the time, which is the crucial factor in the financial well-being of any company. If we get the time of 5-6 months extra for repayment of any loan, then he can manage the cycle of its business. So it's my suggestion that limit of pre-packed insolvency shall be reduced to 10 or 25 lakh. Any other person want to raise any point or comment on my suggestion? See, our decision shall be mutual decision so that we can forward it to the NCA. So all are agree with my saying what I am saying?
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah,
sir.
limit should be lowered. Yeah,
Yes.
so that at least
Agreed, sir. Agreed.
at least some
Okay.
cases can come in.
Limit should be 10 lakh or 25 lakh. What should we suggest? I think we should suggest 10 lakh. Let the NCS decide what they say. Okay. Any other point in
Yeah.
this PPIRP? Scroll it down. Anjali, kindly scroll. This is the form. Any suggestion in this form? No, then go for next regulation, Anjali.
I have a suggestion here.
Yeah, please, Joshi, Mr. Joshi.
Even for other forms also, say like I'm a liquidator in one of the company where I sought the claims also from, particularly from the financial creditor.
Right.
So the financial creditor normally they shy in disclosing this fact that because some of the MSMEs, those who gets the financial support from the bank, they are supposed to enter into a CGTMC cover.
Right.
That CGTMC cover, to what extent they have immediately after getting the CC limit, the first charge is the insurance premium amount, which covers the loan.
Exactly.
And the norms are that whenever he fails to repay, the bank will go and claim and file its claim against that default.
Very true.
90% amount will be released at that point of time, but the right of recovery remains there and the bank is supposed to follow up for the recovery. This is a baseline.
Exactly.
Now, what happens in one of the case, the banker 7-8 years back recover that CGTMC premium amount,
Okay.
which is in any case paid by the borrower only.
Okay.
But now, when they file the claim, at that point of time, they did not consider that what amount they have actually realized from the CGTMC authorities.
Okay.
That is very important.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
unless they disclose, if they don't disclose it, the rate of interest they charge becomes exorbitant.
Very true. Very true.
So that is missing in most of the forms. If you see that whether the bank has realized the CGTMC or whatever, insurance they have extended. And
True.
here the borrower as a customer, because the
Never-
bank charge saying that they are charging for the CGTMC premium,
Right.
and he is the customer for that service, but
Exactly.
he's not beneficiary in that case.
Exactly.
And that's why in one of the case, I see that against the claim of 1 crore 30 lakh rupees, when I worked out, it was only 60 lakh.
True.
And they agreed it. They accepted.
See, CGTMS scheme is only for the 2 crore, up to 2 crore.
Yeah.
Up to 2 crore of loan.
Yeah.
So when IP take the documents from the bank, then it has been categorically mentioned that it is under the scheme is under the CGTMS scheme. Right. So it's the VIP, it's the duty of VIP that we should inquire from the bank whether it's this your financial borrowing is under the CGTMS scheme, whether you have availed any benefit of the CGTMS or not. First thing. So because it cannot be provided under the forms, it's our duty to see what the nature of the loan, in which scheme it has been financed, whether it is secured by the loan, secured by the insurance or not.
No, but what is the, if it is provided in the form itself, then that will become obligatory for the claimant also to report this fact. And it will become easy for the IP also to decide about that. What is the problem? Number one. Number two, in most of the DRT matters, the order also conclude that whatever may be the realization, and for that also certificate is to obtain. That certificate also normally these people, the bankers, they don't provide. So now if that is inbuilt in the form, that these kinds of things are also provided, it saves a lot of time in procedures and to reach to a conclusion.
Very true, very true. I am 100% agree with you. But under the form also it has been mentioned that mutual let me tell you the exact point.
Yeah, you're right. Mutual set of provision is there.
Yes, mutual set off is there.
But
Then
it can
it's
be enriched further. It can be enriched further.
Yeah. Then it is the duty of the bank to establish, to give all the facts. But your suggestion is valid that if it is in the form itself, then on the first hand, it's the duty of the financial creditor to report it.
No, even not only in case of CGTMC, but also in case of export and import, export cases,
Yes,
where they give guarantee.
Exim banks cover.
Exim banks,
Yeah, Exim Bank
banks.
guarantee. That should also be specifically asked that whether those guarantees or realization is there. And if it is specifically mentioned, then the person claimant will be forced to report it.
I am 100% agree with you. So that's a valid suggestion. Under the form C, point should be there whether financial institution or lender has taken any benefits from any scheme or not. If yes, then how much?
Scheme, but specifically CGTMC and Exim guarantee and sort of thing.
Any scheme.
And its period also. Then when
Yes.
it was realized, the detail of that realization is very relevant. Because
Exactly.
if they realized it 7 years back, so on that basis the credit should also be given to the borrower.
Yes. Now I remember in one of my case, Exim Bank has already realized this in way back in 2002. Still they were charging 21% rate of interest on the whole amount. At that time, rate of interest were high, then penal interest, then interest on interest. They were charging 21%. When I inquire about all this lending, and since lending, I started to research on the documents. Then only I came to know that they have realized the scheme, and even then they are charging the exorbitant amount of interest on that amount.
No, what
For-
what the
For
bankers
seven,
are,
for 7 crore of funding, they filed claim of 120 crore.
my God.
Even NCLT was surprised to see when
So
I rejected their.
normally they apply the penal interest provision in a very wrong way, because what they do, if suppose the normal rate of interest is 11%, 2% is the penal interest, then what they do, they don't charge on the interest amount. They add on.
Exactly.
And then they start charging at the rate of 13%.
Interest on interest.
Yes. Even the
Yes.
interest on the penal interest also.
Exactly. That's a normal practice. And their software is like this only. Anyway, this is the next regulation is application to the adjudicating authority rules. So let's start from this is the I think main regulation. So let's start from regulation wise. Scroll down to regulation 4. Application by FCs. Here, anyone wants any suggestion? Want to give any suggestion for improvement? No. Then next point, demand notice by operational creditor. Any point of suggestion? Next, application by OC. I think here we should mention that OC shall also prescribe the name of the IP. Because here there is a lacune, because OC never gave the name of IP, and NCLT appoint the IP without mentioning the fees. Then IP has to fight for their fees, and he has to run from pillar to post to fix their fees. So in my view, earlier also we have given the suggestion.
I think, Pankaj, my suggestion is that before that, regarding the fees of the impending fees of the RPs and the IPs, there must be some kind of studies also that in various NCLTs, how many such cases are pending for the fees, and they are at what stage they are, and what is the aging.
Right.
It should also be made available to the IBBI or to the competent authority, whoever will be participating for deciding on this aspect. So that will be very crucial, and I mean, it should be known.
That's the point of for the researchers.
Yeah, but I mean, to make our points, to strengthen our point, that's why I'm saying.
That's true. So here in regulation 6, our suggestion is to fix the name of the RP. IP is also mentioned along with the fees. If any application has been filed by the operational creditor, then it should be mandatory that name of the IP shall be there along with the fees. Then application by CP, CA, CD. Any suggestion? Now one more thing. Under IP, if any IP accept any assignment, then they have to file the application to the IBBI along with their consent. And here also, the person who is filing the application, they have to also give the copy to the IBBI. What's the need for double exercise?
And it says before filing with the adjudicating authority.
Yes, advance copy.
What is the need?
That's why I'm asking. Recent amendment, this amendment has come. So what's the need? If the IP is giving the copy, then the person who is filing it also has to give the copy to adjudicating authority. Data collection, maybe.
I think it is not relevant, or it is
No,
over.
but for
Yes.
that, they can link with the NCLT portal also, so that there must be some kind of free flow of the information for all concerned.
Earlier, they were doing some exercise. IBC was doing some exercise to linking the NCLT, their portal with the NCLT also. I don't know whether this project has been going ahead or not. Anyway, then regulation 9, withdrawal of application is okay. Then IRP, regulation 9, form 2, that's okay. Then filing of application and filing fee. Any suggestion? Any experience of filing
Here it
application?
is said that applicants wherever he is required. So it should be made all applicants.
Yes. Yes. So, any point of concern about this regulation 10, filing of application and application fee? No? Next. Anjali, next. These are the forms. Any suggestion in these forms?
Can you go back to that 10.5?
Regulation 10.
It's only
Yeah,
4. Okay, there is no 10.5.
Okay, scroll down.
No, it's not there.
No, not 10.5. So anyone has filed the application with any NCLT himself, or then have any bad experience? Any person can suggest, can explain their experience with filing any application with NCLT, any of the NCLT, and having the bad experience, or any practical exposure, any glitches, any hurdle in filing application.
I think wherever in the case of operational creditor applications, if name of the IP is not mentioned, so it should be compulsory to file. Nowadays it's online, so it can be downloaded, but when a new person joins, and he has to struggle a lot for the different information, so and accessibility of that information becomes difficult, and a lot of time is spent on that. So something some accessibility towards the basic documents or the information can be
What documents, Mr. Joshi?
relating to the one has to ask from the applicant or all concerned about the informations normally. So
It means you want to say that the application which anybody is filing shall be available on public platform?
I don't think public platform, but it should be in a way accessible to the person who is appointed later on as a IRP.
Then that you can ask from the applicant who has filed this application.
Yeah, that is sometimes becomes very tedious. They are not supportive.
Why? Any person who has filed this application, you can
Yeah,
ask the copy of that application.
Yeah, they provide it. They provide it.
Yes,
But
yes.
sometimes it takes times actually.
Now, that's
It's
a
not
different thing. That's a
Yeah.
different thing. But generally, if FC is filing this application or CD is filing this application, they can easily provide you. The glitches came in with the operational creditor. That I can relate with. So, any point, Mr. Matthew, Mr. Pandey,
No, sir. Yeah.
Jain Saab, any other person? So, uh, uh, everyone is satisfied with the existing regulation?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Any other point to discuss regarding these regulations? Because we are working as a team for the benefits of all of us. So I think there is not any much more points to discuss. So I thanks all of you. Over to Anjali.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you all the participants for giving their comments on the rules this time. If anyone want, and they can share their suggestions to us on our program's email ID. From
Anjali,
there
I
and
have a
happily.
Anjali, I have a concern that normally our CP hours are not updated on time. So what, I mean, how you are proactive in that regard? Please confirm.
Sir, on IBPI portal?
Yes, yes. Like
Okay.
I am the member of Chartered Accountant Institute. I mean,
Okay, sir, we used to
so
share that attendance sheet within 2-3 days. After that, they can approve it.
yeah,
I
no,
will
but
see.
normally it doesn't happen actually. So
Satishji, as far as ICSI IIP is concerned, within 24 hours or maximum, if it is holiday, maximum 48 hours, it has been updated. My experience
yeah.
is this.
Okay, okay, then it's okay. But
But
I thought that
I'm not aware about the ICI IIP IPA. I'm not aware about this, but as far as ICSI IIP is concerned, their team is very helpful. They are available over emails and every manner. So immediately work has been done.
okay, if it is so, then I take my word back.
Yeah. So I think we should conclude this, Anjali.
Sure, sir, we can conclude it.
Yes,
So
sir. Thank you very much.
thanks
Thank you,
everyone
sir.
for their patience learning. And it's my
Thank you,
humble
sir. Thank you.
suggestion. It's my humble suggestion that we should participate in a more proactive way. Everybody should participate. Everybody should open their video so that we can see who is there, and everyone should participate, share their experience. So it will be beneficial for all of us.
Before you conclude, sir,
Yeah.
before you conclude, sorry to interrupt. What I'm saying
Please.
is, see, what are all suggestions which we have all given so far, which you have noted down. I suggest that you also share it with all of us,
We
sir, so that
circulate.
it will be more
Yes.
educative.
We will circulate. Anjali, kindly circulate the minutes of this webinar to all of us.
Right.
Sure, sir.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other point? Anyone want to give any suggestion? No? So thank you, everyone. Thanks for your contributions. And we will meet soon for another session. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.